People are going to wonder why I've done what I've done over the last, 4 that I've done so far. This will be the final one as far as the title of Palmer United Psychopath candidate. So, but the reason why is, and I know he's going to go absolutely ballistic when he finds out about it. I know it. The question is, why have I done it when I know he's going to go ballistic? Because I've enabled him too many times. I know he is still conning people, and that includes his ex. She just doesn't know it. But my sister and I, we hear things around the place, and where there's smoke, where there's fire, there's fire according to what he's done. Outside of what I considered years ago the family, and now these people, both my ex, the psychopath, and this psychopath, these two, they create so many problems. I was the one that's put out the fires and solved the problems, and I gave in a lot for the sake of the kids in my marriage and for the sake of my mum here. But enough is enough is enough. And part of it, I'm put it on because I'm totally disgusted with his behaviour since I moved in. I wasn't aware things were that bad. I also now am fully aware of his original plans. He was waiting for my mother to die so he can take over the house and stay here for the rest of his life. He has committed forgery by what my sister has told me, and she's aware that I won't go into the details, although the other person that does know will probably go into denial now. That's another good thing that psychopaths do, is they go into total denial, and they deny the denial. But I'm totally disgusted because he's been brainwashed her, and that to me has accelerated her dementia, and he treats her like a slave. I won't go into all the details. You might have heard some of them in one of the episodes where he's going ballistic, and I don't normally swear, certainly in front of women I don't swear, but he's using her not only as a slave but his personal bank, and at 90 should have peace, not have to put up with his recent ballistic episodes, and he's had quite a few of them recently. And there's no logical reason for it apart from the fact he's a psychopath, and I've exposed him. And she now, unfortunately, with his brainwashing, is anyway, it's accelerating, sadly to say, all because he can't handle the truth. And I've upset his plans to live in his house with a Filipino, etc., etc. He's spending his money that he earned to maintain delusions, and I won't go into some of them, but one of the delusions I heard about 20 years ago, and I found 2 boxes in the rubbish bin recently inside a box of shoes which he paid $129 for, and yet he doesn't pay for his own food. He's never done 1 cent of maintenance, spent 1 cent of maintenance, or 1 hour of maintenance. He has done one thing. About this time last year, I guess, he did about 2 hours work in the garden, but only because my back couldn't cope with it and Mum had told him, and anyway, we'll keep on. But my mother deserved a lot better, a hell of a lot better, and for him becoming candidate for the Palmer United, A, he wants to big note himself again. 2, he wants people to call him honourable, because parliamentarians have the title honourable. What a joke with everything he's done in the past. And then I won't go into mentioning his disgusting personal habits. No one would believe me if I told you how frickin' lazy he is. But I tell you what, when he goes ballistic, if we don't end up killing one another, I will put it on after he goes ballistic, etc. And there are other things, and I'm talking about dozens and dozens and dozens of other things that he's done to Mum that are absolutely deplorable. One of the few pleasures she had, she's got a small core group of friends, some of them dating back, almost 60 years ago. And she's got one sister-in-law living by, but she also had a shopping lady, a volunteer, and Mum thoroughly enjoyed her company. This crazy dude cancelled the shopping lady. It took 3 or 4 months before we found out. And then when my sister organised for another one, which took her about 2 months to after we found out that he'd cancelled the first one, he went and did the same thing. He wants to take her shopping, etc., because there's two main reasons, and I won't go into them now. Part of it is stealing from her. Anyway, that's the reason why I've done it. So this might be, I've got to put on the other one, but yeah, this is the reason why, if anybody's wondering why would I do it. Enough is enough is enough.